You can't just pull extra money out of it. It's not like a magician and pulling a rabbit out of a fucking hat, you know? It's like you take what the market gives you. That's it. That's all you can ever do. And some people are obviously in an opportunity where they can the market can give them a lot more than someone else, you know, someone that's got $6 million of funding, or someone that's got like $1 million in a live account is going to be able to pull a lot more out of the same setup than you are. And then you're going to try and do more than you can, and it's going to create bad habits. And it's like, that's why it's an endless cycle that most people can't break out of. What's good? Let's see what we can see. Looks like risk is off the table right now, right? That's usually what this means, right? Dollar's safe haven. Yields are up because the dollar's going up, right? Bonds are selling off. Long-term bonds are selling off. US 30 is up here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a drop here. Yeah, maybe we go up into that hourly supply and come down. That's what I'd like to see, to be honest. I don't like to trade gold. I always get clapped on gold. It's not my pair. Gold is spicy mommy. That's one way to put it, you know. Muy caliente. Got that habanero. Fucking rub it all over your face and in your eyes. Gold's on the white powder. Yeah, it's like that fucking guy from the opening of Ted 2.
Celebrate with a little... no thanks, Sam. Tammy Lynn would kill me if I did drugs on our wedding day.
She won't notice. I just did a line with a dude in the men's room, and I bet you can't even spot him.
That's gold right there, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
We got 10 people. All right. What we're going to do now, we're going to do the giveaway right before the market opens. So everyone type a 1 in the chat. 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, we got 13 people. Anyone else? Speak now, forever hold your peace. 14. That's it. We're rolling. Boom. 9. Birdie 1. We got 2 minutes till the market opens. Drop down to the 1 minute chart like a crackhead. Oof. So bounce off the 200. Like I said, I want to see it come. I want to see it take out this high, come into this area of supply, and I just want to see supply be too much here. Because I with the way the market is, I don't know. People are just going to rip it into all-time highs without coming and testing some of these lows. So many trillions of dollars just fucking grinding its way up. Why did it melt like that? Because the market's overextended. It didn't really melt either, but it's more of an indecision at this moment. But the market's overextended, you know. It's just been, people have just been buying. And they were expecting interest rates, them to say something about cutting interest rates or something, interest rates are high or this, that, and the third, and it's just not there. So people are a little overzealous, and they've been betting on rate cuts that haven't materialized yet, and haven't even been spoken about materializing. So I don't know if you guys remember, we talked about it on the last stream. So a lot of times NAS and US 30 on days like this where there's like a little bit of indecision, or it's not like a unanimous like buy or unanimous sell day, they'll be opposed to each other, right? Because what they do is they'll hedge their play, the banks and the institutions and stuff. So if they're selling off NAS, they'll buy US 30 in case they're wrong and the market goes up, right? And they don't want to be caught off sides. Or vice versa. If they're buying US 30, they'll sell NAS because they don't want to double down on being bullish on a day where they might be wrong. So that's why you kind of see this where one's going down and the other one's just going up, right? Because the same people that are selling this are buying this. And that's something that a lot of retail people don't know about because it's just not, it's not taught. Goddamn scumbag. Took this old high, made a new one, but failed to really make new highs. So I expect it to test this area one more time and then reject. So we'll see. Get those fucking candles. I want to see it run this liquidity, make a really quick move up, right? Let's see if it does that. Can't stop a moving train. No, you cannot stop a moving train. But I expect this to be the station, bro. That's why you set up zones, right? Train's moving, and then it hits the station, and then it starts going back towards the original destination. So you could already see there's some sellers entering the market, right? They had stops over here, or they wanted a short after it made a new high. I think they get pushed. People that are overly aggressive, fucking max lot size short over here, just get blown out a little bit, and then comes up to that area. I really like this because I feel like this is it's a great, just very well defined area, right? If it doesn't stop here and it just keeps going, it's gonna probably run all day, or it's gonna rip into all-time highs, which is territory I don't want to fuck around with. You got beat up by gold, bro. I mean, I literally played you a video of gold punching a dude in the face and jumping out the window, so you know that should have been some foreshadowing. Come on, you rat bastard. I feel like that went a little too easy. So far, so good. Gold is your toxic girlfriend. Bro, you got a debtor. That's what you do with toxic girls. Love to see it. Let's go. People there. I don't know why I'm on the M1 chart. I'm a fucking idiot. Don't ever be on the M1 chart. Don't ever be on the M1 chart. Don't ever be on the M1 chart. Unless you're one of those crackheads that like scalps like a beast. But like a real like good scalper. You know, like they would have been in and out multiple times already. Not like, oh, I'm going to enter in a scalp and I'm going to try and hold it for nice entry. Yeah, thanks. I mean, it's just, honestly, I just looked at this. Was it ICT calls them an order block? I look at them as like the beginning of an impulse, right? It's like this last move before a big move in the other direction, and that's usually where I enter on my setups. I'll do that a lot of times, or I'll use old highs and old lows. Or I'll look for a swing failure, right? It's usually, if I'm entering, it's usually on one of those three. But yeah, this one just happened to be fucking perfect. I'm killing it. Thanks, bro. I mean, I didn't really do much. I just marked up the chart and waited for it to hit the level I was looking at. I also played TED too, you know? So I guess I am killing it. The goal is to just find high probability areas and then make plays based off that. That's all you can do, and then stick to the strategy that you develop as gospel. You know, how's Hans's gold trade? Let's go, Hans. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing with trading, right? Is that sometimes the more you do, the worse off you are. You know, it's kind of like if you're trying to learn karate, right? Bruce Lee has a saying, right, that he fears the guy who practices one kick 10,000 times and not the guy who practices 10,000 kicks, you know, because that guy's just going to come out and start throwing around random shit. But that one dude that's done it 10,000 times, like, he's going to clap you. Like, that shit is going to be perfect. So, I mean, find the style that works best for you, the time frame, whatever it is, and then stick to it and know that it's not always going to work. You might even lose more than you win. You know, there are some traders where that's their style. Like, I brought it up with Nate once, that there's this famous guy that he lost 95% of his trades, right? But like his trades, like his risk to reward, like it was just so good that he made a lot of money for an institution. So I mean, it's just, there's lots of ways to do it, but also only one way, right? And that one way is to focus on one thing. Got a nice little trade going here. I am $400 plus. Yeah, I mean it's prop money, so it's not a real 400, but eventually it will be. Let's go for more. Yeah, I mean my setup is still valid, right? So I'm not gonna close it. It's not a matter of going for more. It's just a matter of letting the trade play out. Unless it hits my 10% target, in which case I'll just close it, because at that point the risk to reward becomes all risk and no reward, right? Because you can't do more than the 10% if you're on a challenge phase. In the beginning, more trading is better, because the only way to do it is to get hours in. But you have to know that you're trading with the intention to not make money. You're trading with the intention to get hours in, right? To understand the market, understand what's happening. And that's the problem. And everyone wants to make money at every stage, and it's not realistic. Even the people that come in and they make a lot of money very quickly, they end up losing it, right? Because they don't have the prerequisites to keep that and to keep scaling it. And they try to, and it doesn't work that way. It'd be like if you wanted to learn the guitar, right? And then you try to just make rock star money right away. It's just that doesn't make any sense. Like, who's gonna hire you to play a fucking concert when you picked up the guitar 6 months ago, 3 months ago, like even like a year ago, you know? Like, it's not gonna happen. It's just, it's not the reality of how skill sets work. But that's the cool thing about trading, is that every time you get humbled. Like, even when you're right, you know, you're not right to a T. Like, it doesn't happen exactly as you'd expect, right? Even if it hits this perfect, right? It doesn't right now. Like, I didn't expect it to hit this quarter point and fucking stall there for a full 15-minute candle, right? Like I said, I almost fucking waited until this quarter point to enter, and then I would have been wrong. Like, I definitely thought it was going to happen. When I marked it up, I expected it to hit this old high, right, and bounce off, and none of those things happened. This is doing exactly what I wanted to see it do up to this point, you know. It hasn't dropped as quickly as I would have liked, but that's obviously the case anytime you're in a trade. You just want it to rip you in your direction. You have to recognize anytime you're trading that the market's goal is to just find fair value and then stay there, right? So whenever we're taking a trade, we're just saying that the market is not at fair value, and this is where fair value is, and I expect it to go there. That's all you're doing, right? And that goes back to what I was saying about not being able to pull a rabbit out of a hat. Like, you can't force fair value to be somewhere else. Like, it is where it is. And I shorted up here, right? Because I said it early in the stream. I thought the fundamentals just were not in a place for the Dow Jones to be ripping to new all-time highs, right? Everyone was expecting rate cuts or dovish wording from the Fed, stuff like that, and we just didn't get it. It's just been a lot of the same, which shouldn't be enough to just drive price down, except that we were so overextended. Like, I even looked at the weekly before, right? Like, if you pull up this weekly, like, this is just people betting that we're gonna cut. Is it right? Just buy. You had one little stutter and just straight up into all-time highs. Like, this was the old all-time high and just ripped past it, you know? So, I think people are overzealous, and that's why I don't think fair value is up past the all-time highs right now. How's Hans's gold trade? Let's go, Hans. You're looking to buy Nas. Why? What is Nas doing? Oh my God. Bro, why? Wait for it to, it's ripping down. Wait for it to at least take it. I don't know, dude. I would not be touching this right now. Look at that. You're going to buy this? You're trying to catch a falling knife, my friend. I do not like this. I do not like this at all. This is brutal. Do scalping every day? No, the banks have like algorithms and stuff like that just like constantly. That's why you see the price like chop and stuff, because banks and institutions, they're like micro scalping, you know? They're just like keeping the market moving, because in order for anyone to execute an order, someone has to be on the opposite side of that, right? That's a big thing that we forget as like Forex traders and stuff like that, because you don't work with traditional institutions. Like, in order for you to buy, like, someone has to sell it to you, and in order for you to sell, someone has to buy it from you, right? So that's why liquidity is low in like news events or in like certain areas, and that's why the market seeks liquidity, because the real market, like it needs liquidity to move. So it's constantly executing, like institutions and stuff are constantly executing orders. Yeah, but they're not scalping in the traditional sense. Like they don't work like that. So the market at any given moment is ranging or it's trending, right? You have uptrends, right? Higher highs and higher lows, or you have a range, right? Where it tests the high and then it tests the low and then it tests the high or it tests the low. And then if you drop between the different time frames, it's going to be ranging on one and trending on another, or things like that. So if you actually look, we actually just created this range right here between these 2 quarter points, right? So if you drop down to the smaller time frame, you'll just see that it's just boom, test, test, test. So now we want to see it test the top and then reject and then come down, test the bottom. Otherwise, it's going to start ranging upwards, which would be unideal. Where will I exit? I mean, either at my take profit or if my account hits 10%, you know? If this rips against me, honestly, I'm going to close this second position because I don't want to be over leveraged and then play it by ear. Right, I've got this hard stop here, but I might close it sooner because this is not playing out the way I wanted it to, you know? It's just, it grinded down so slow and then it's just, buyers have been able to move it up fairly easily. It's not what I wanted to see. Came up, tested, came up, tested, broke. Granted, this is the 1 minute, so it doesn't hold much weight, but it's just an indication of what price is doing. Yeah, I mean, if you're at the point where you're over trading, then you need to not be focusing on money, right? You need to be trading demo accounts or like super low funded accounts, like something that it doesn't even matter if you blow it because the purpose is just to grow as a trader. Because if you're focusing on the money, you're not improving as a trader, right? Because then you're, like you said, you're over trading, and you're not over trading because you're trading more good setups. You're just trying to make more money, which is not how this, like, you can't just pull extra money out of it. It's not like a magician and pulling a rabbit out of a fucking hat, you know? It's like you take what the market gives you. That's it. That's all you can ever do. And some people are obviously in an opportunity where they can take, the market can give them a lot more than someone else, you know? Someone that's got $6 million of funding or someone that's got like $1 million in a live account is going to be able to pull a lot more out of the same setup than you are. And then you're going to try and do more than you can, and it's going to create bad habits. And it's like, that's why it's an endless cycle that most people can't break out of. Yo, do you have to worry about tigers? You do, right? Damn. I was going to say. Damn. That sucks. If it had let me put that entry in, it would have been fucking perfect. Oh, well. Well, that's crazy. So it came up right up into this last supply zone and it just rejected hard body. It literally just repeated my original entry, right? Came up into this supply zone, just touched it, came down. Came back up into this supply zone on the smaller time frame, just touched it, now it's coming back down. Now it hit this quarter point, right? It's meeting some resistance, but hopefully it continues through and we start making new lows. Yeah, leverage is good. I mean, you only need it to be enough to make you money, right? At a certain point, leverage becomes too much. Like they're like brokers that offer like 1000x leverage and shit like that, and that's just, I feel like you're destined to just blow your account very easily. Stuff with that. This has been one hell of a fucking trade. This thing has just been fucking nightmare. 1 to 2,000 leverage? What the fuck? Bro, CPI news. Max lotting 2,000 leverage on fucking FOMC. People are degenerates. Yeah, but that's not really trading, you know? Like, that's more like gambling, because you could do the same thing. You can go to a casino and put down $100 and you can 10x it in one play, right? But it's like, with that amount of leverage, it's just so hard to let your trade play out. Oh my god, I am so over this fucking trade. I feel like 100x leverage is probably the best leverage for trading, to be honest. I could see 500 for people that flip their account. Like, it's just, you're probably going to lose all your money at that point. It's too much leverage. It's just too easy to go off the rails. Your friend trades gold news with full leverage. I'm guessing your friend does not make a lot of money trading. Okay, most of the time your friend is depressed. Yeah, his fucking hair is falling out. Oh my god, that's gotta be so stressful. Max leverage gold on the news. Just fucking let it rip. Might as well just hit the craps table. He's in a loan. Yeah, of course he is. He fucking max leverages gold on fucking news accounts. Bro, that's crazy. That's got to be the worst trading style I've ever heard of. Wow, this has been a fucking chop fest. Thank God I got in a fucking really good entry. Otherwise, this trade would have been a fucking nightmare. Potentially. Yeah, I don't trade after 11:15 because my win rate is just fucking atrocious at that point. I'm not really afraid. I just know that my win rate past this time is it's not good. I just don't like the way the market moves, to be honest. But guys, I'm outie. Thanks for tuning in.